Okay, guys, in this session, we are gonna deeper inside the front end development and see how you can make a basic website from the scratch. And this session was possible all due to our coding club. And let's move on. Okay, so my name is Bhuvnesh. See you again there, who were there in my previous session. And I am a front end developer, as some of you may know. And I'm being active in the community, and that's all. So in today's content, we are gonna cover up HTML tags and different how they work and some CSS rules and CSS properties. And using that, we are gonna make a basic website. And also, I will tell you in the end some developer tools which are godlike. You should know. So let's begin, guys. Okay, guys, we are gonna look after the basic structure of our HTML. So first element we come across is doc type HTML. So what is doc type? Doc type HTML is not for us, it's for browser. It tells the browser the version of HTML are we using. So this doc type HTML is for HTML5, and I can show you the previous version doc types. So yeah, as you can see, this is the long one, very long. So this was for the version 4, as you can see. So yeah, it is pretty short compared to previous version and better also. And then we come across the HTML tag. So we can see it has an opening tag and a closing tag. So basically HTML is our whole page. As you can see this whole white page here in the right side, it is our HTML. It contains all the elements, and inside one HTML you can use only one HTML tag. Like in your page you can use one HTML tag, not like divs. Like it is a basic element. I can show you, we can use multiple divs like 2, 3, 4, any kind. But for HTML we can't do that. Only one HTML element should be there in our page. And then we this HTML contain the head part and the body part. So as you can say, the head has the brain, eyes, and all the important functional unit. So it has those like the meta units. So this first meta unit UTF-8 tells the browser the set of like characters we are using. Like sometimes you often come across some website which are using different language. So to have a uniform language across all the website, uniform characters and symbols, UTF-8 is used. And here also you can see language English we have mentioned. So it for our ease. And then we have this comparative. Okay, this thing you don't have to know now, don't have to worry. Let this thing be there. And then we have the viewpoint width. This is for the scaling. Like this ratio I am having is 1:1 ratio. This I'm having of my browser, this page. And this is the viewpoint, like how it should be seen. And another important part, like I forget to mention, is doc type is written on top of all the HTML elements, so that when the browser start rendering all the elements one by one, it renders properly. Like this doc type makes sure that all the elements are rendered accordingly and the way you wanted them to, or you have written, not wanted. Like you want something, but you sometimes write something else. So yeah, then here have our body part. So yeah, I forgot to go through the title. Okay, this title, as you can see now, I have some random things here. So let's give my website a title. Let's take it as first website. Okay. Oh, you can see this is okay. Bad English. Let's avoid some common grammatical error here and move on. So as you can see, I have given my website a name, which is website, very cool. And now let's move on to our body part. We are done with the head part, and also you can mention some links and external files in the header part. Links like this. This link can be used to connect your CSS file. We will see in the later section of this presentation, and also some uh, scripting part, like styling part, like this. We can use it here. So we will see these things later in the presentation. Now let's move on to body part. So this body part contain all the data you will see in the white page. Like I can add one h1 element and give it a heading, and then I can add some paragraph tag and add some like hey, this is my website, and boom, as you can see. So my body element contains all the data which will be shown in the white part, and header part is containing all the metadata, titles and external links, and yeah, internal, external and styling, all things it contains. And this doc type element, it tells the browser how to render this thing on the page. Let's move to next section. Okay guys, let's go through some more HTML tags we need. Like we have only seen the basic ones, now we will go to some more. So first we will go to h1 tag. So basically what h1 tag has, an opening tag and a closing tag, and anything you put between it, like title, the website, it is printed on the page, and you can notice that this is the bold. And similar to h1, we have six types of headings tags: h1, h2, then we have h3, up to h6 we have like this. So instead of going one by one, I can simply tell you the fact that as your number increases of h1, the size decreases. So don't doubt me, I can show you this. Let's see this. Yeah, as you can see, our size decreases until we go till h6, it is very small. So usually we use till h3. H1 is for title of our content, and h2 for subtitle of our content, and h3 used as sub content. So yeah, so we don't need to go till h6. Very often time we will go. So, okay, so let's keep our h1 and h2, and let's have next element, which is our paragraph. So what paragraph does, it simply gives what it says. You can put any paragraph here. Yeah, sorry for the break. I was finding some paragraph on my page. So yeah, I love guinea pigs. So let's some data from here and put it in a paragraph. Okay, as you can see, our paragraph is printed. And you can see the font thickness. Like this is very thin and this is very thick. This is like bold. You ask why? It is because it is heading. It has some default property embedded in it from the starting. And as we will discover through the different types of tags, we will come to know that they have some different by default properties embedded in it, which sometimes while styling our page, we have to rewrite those. We will see in our upcoming sessions. So next is some like these are the very basic things. Then we have the image. Okay, so yeah, let's take this image of a cute guinea pigs. I will copy this address simply here and paste it here, and it should be here by any time. Okay, boom. Okay, my guinea pig is pretty very big. It is not fitting in the website. We will see about that. I will get you in the cage. Okay, so we got a photo, we got a paragraph also. Okay, our heading is not right. So let's give the title, suitable title. and give this like intro. Okay, so yeah, we have a like a very basic website which gives a heading and it has an intro of a guinea pig and it has a picture. Okay, then next, and as you can see, image has only opening tag, no closing tags. Then I will tell you some container, some important tags you should know about, like div. Then next one is section, and then next one is article. So basically, you can come to know that from their name what they want to say. So first I will go through the div. So div is nothing, it's like a empty container where you can put any data. Like I can place my this whole thing control X inside the div. Okay, so it contains any data, like anything you can put inside the div. It doesn't convey anything, like it don't have any related theme or something like that. But when come to section, then you can put multiple elements inside the section, but those elements should be related to each other and should convey the same theme. Like when you are writing an article on a guinea pig, you can't like inside one section we will like yeah, we will put our div, hold this div container inside our section, like because it has okay, some error is here, let me fix it fast. Yeah, so I placed my h1 tag and paragraph inside a div, and I placed this div inside a section container. So why I need to do this? So sometime when you are writing a blog, so you don't only write on a guinea pig. Suppose you are writing on different animals. So first section is on your guinea pig, and second is on crocodile. So you have to form multiple sections, like I am forming. I have made multiple sections. The first is for guinea pigs, and my second section will be, I will give a div container. You will be asking why I'm giving div. So it is like organizing the things basically. If I put this h1, h2, and p directly in section, then it is like while styling, it will make a chaos, whole lot of chaos. So to organize the data, I have put like all. Like your mom used to put all the biscuits in one box and all the namkeens in another. You don't mix them, right? So like that way. I'm put containing all the related data in div, and that is in the section. So section will tell you like all the data inside a section is related and convey the same thing. And now what is the article? So basically you can know from its name what it's want to say. So when you are writing an article, it contain different section, it contain different headings and all. So I can put all this in my all the data inside the article. But here I am gonna cover different animals, so I'm not doing that. You can do that, so not big of a deal, but you should know basically these two, section and div, how to use them. So you don't go through like a div, keep making different divs for different like for guinea pig div, then put this, and for like crocodile div, and put all other datas. But later when you go to styling, it will create a problem. And also, to organize and to deliver the data and render it properly, you should make a section. Like it's all about the layout, right? If you don't lay out your content properly, the you won't be able to make a proper website. Okay, so these were the basic elements you know till now. Further we will see about the tables and the flexbox, all things. Okay. Okay, guys, let's move on. And I will tell you some more typography, something about typography. So, it comes under CSS, but I will tell you some little basics, and later I will cover that part there. So, like you will say, hey Bhuvnesh, like this guinea pig thing is a heading, but still it don't have a underline. Why it is like that? It's not so cool. So I will say, okay, let's do one thing. We have a tag for that also, which is called you. And okay, yo, we got the underline. That's cool. Let's do that to crocodile also. Don't let it feel left out. boom, yeah, we got the underlines. And then you will say, okay, Bhuvnesh, that is cool. Now what about this guinea pig? This is like the first word and it is not bolded. I want it to be bolded. Okay, for that also we have a tag, not one, we have two. We have this strong tag which we should use. So what basically strong does is make it bold and also make it emphasize, like it all like while browsing the browser, it tells the browser, like while searching, that this part has guinea pig. So if someone is searching on browser, like I want some data about guinea pig, so it will tell that your website has some information about guinea pig because you are using this tag. So yeah, it is little bit advanced than the normal one. And then yeah, like strong, we have one more tag, that is italic. So we don't use italic, it's we use the advanced version, like emphasize. Okay, yeah, yeah. So as you can see, it is now in italic and it is emphasized also, and it has very similar function to strong, to tell the browser that this word is here. So yeah, so this is basically some typography thing you can do. So typography is basically like formatting your data. Like when you are writing a documentation, then it is very important that your font size are maintained, every the bold thing is maintained, and everything is in proper order. Otherwise, your documentation will look very bad, and it will left a bad impression on the reader or anyone it is reading. And the important of typography comes in writing resume, when you are writing the resume. Okay, after typography, one more thing to wrap up with the HTML part is the heading part and the footer part. So yeah, let's what is a header and footer part? So like section, header contains all the heading components, like let's go for header first, I will show you. And then there is a footer. These are very similar to section part. These are container. These contain the data which have similar theme. But theme here is fixed. That these contain only heading part. So you can sometime go to different website and see these are their header. And then if you go in the bottom, you will see some contact us information. That is their footer part. Okay, where is their footer part? I think they don't have that one. So yeah, basically footer part contains contact us, about me, these kind of information. So yeah, let's add something. Dave, contact me. Okay, okay, I can't do that directly. That is not right, actually. I can do, but this is not the right. I will put an h1 tag and put it inside it. And here also, inside the header part, I will create three divs. You will ask why 3 divs, so wait and watch. So my first div will contain uh, like my title of the website, that is my favorite anime. And then the second part will contain home, and third part is contain about me. Okay, let's see how page looks like. Okay, it's don't look so cool, but it's okay. Oh, again I did the same mistake of not putting it h1. So guys, don't be like me and do the same mistakes. Always maintain a proper orientation and order. So it is a good practice. Okay, now it like looks chaotic. It's okay. We are gonna add some cool and aesthetic CSS to it and make it prettier very soon. Okay, that's it for this section, and we have covered up all the basic tags you need to. So okay guys, so we have our basic website here about my favorite animals.
So yeah, our footer part is empty. Now let's create a footer and add contact me there, where I will take some user data like their name and their review and which animal did they like. So okay, so do so. We have a tag for that. We call it form. It is an important tag though. This action attribute. What is this action attribute? So basically, all the data which is taken from the user where it should be submitted or stored, this action element will tell. Should it be sent to a mail or should it be sent to a database? Anything like that. It is told by this action. So basically, we don't need this now. It is like a bit of advanced thing. We are working on the basic. So okay, after this form, we will have our field set tag. So what is field set? It contain all different types of form elements. Like it's basically similar to div, but it is div for a for element. Now inside the field set, I will give this field set a name. Contact me. So yeah, this should be shown up here on my page. Yeah, you can see. So what is field set? It contain all the elements. So when I wrote contact me, it came inside this box, but I want it on top of the box. So when the user uses, he will come to know that yeah, this section is for contact me. So for that we have a legend element. So this legend tags describe the field set. So inside this legend we can write contact me. Okay. Yeah, you can see. Now this is on top of the box. It describes what is inside the box. Then after that, we will put a label. So what basically label is? It is the text part for a input element. So wait a second. What I'm saying will make sense. So first I will take the name and then input, yeah, text. So yeah, you can see. It should be loaded up here. Yeah. So here is the name and here a box where I can write Bhuvnesh Maharana. Pretty simple, yeah, and cool also. So what is this label and what is this input? So this label is text which is related with an input element. So this name element is related to this box. Like this describes this box. What kind of data you should put inside this box. So but for now it is not linked. To link these two things, we have to fill the for attribute. Let's for attribute name, and here you have to give an id attribute name, and these two things should be same. So you would be wondering what is this for attribute and what is this id attribute. So basically it defines the tags. So like it's tell that this label element is for name, and this input element is also for name with id name, and id is an attribute which is unique to every element. Like you can't have two elements with same id, but you can have multiple elements with same for or like classes. We will see that in css section, like all the attributes and everything. So don't worry, for now you just remember that you need this for element and id element to be same to connect these two, label and input. So similarly, sorry, now let us take the user opinion, which animal they like the most. So let's create another label and give this a name animal, and here I will write which is your favorite animal. Okay. Oh no. These all things are coming in the same line. Why is like that? I have different tags and I have mentioned them before. Still, they are coming in the same line. But it was not the issue here. Like we have our header, so it is there, and then we have our paragraph, so they are separate. But these are all are coming in the same line, so it is making a mess. So in CSS section, I will explain you why it is oriented like that. But for now, let's solve our problem with a very pretty awesome tag that we call BR, which breaks the line. So basically what I did from here, I told the browser that just after this point, just break the line. Anything that is after this BR, just put it in the next line. And I will not put one, I will put two BRs. So I get some pretty gap here. So anyone who is reading, the user can read it carefully. Okay, we must wrap up this session quickly. So let's go. After this one, so which animal they like, then we will use again an input, and this time our input is pretty different. Like you can see out here, as I write, there are different types of input. There is range, reset, search, submit, text, time, password. For different purpose, there are different inputs. You can try all this yourself. These are pretty cool also, some of them. So we are gonna use radio. So we need two radios here. Okay. So the first one will be of ID, like let's give it a short name. Guinea pig for pig and for crocodile croc. Yo. Then okay. So we got our two dots. But where is so which dot is for which animal? How will I will know? So for that we have to again put this thing in a label tag. And yeah, for this label tag we don't need any for. Yeah. Inside this I will write here guinea pig, and similarly the next one also croc, and this is gonna be for crocodile. Yeah, so I am pretty much set. So let's see how our website looks now. Yeah, so this one is for guinea pig, this one is for crocodile. But how will I know which user like guinea pig and crocodile, as they can click on both of them? So it is not cool. I want to know which particular animal they like the most. Sorry. So for that, I will use this name attribute. So don't worry about this attribute. These are very general. Like when you use this input, these are very two to four attribute you have to remember, which are very general and used everywhere. So don't worry about this, like where these attributes are coming from, what they are. So just remember that there is a id attribute, there is a for attribute, and this type tells which type of input we are using. Like this one is radio, so it is giving me a button, and this one was text, so it was giving me a plain box here where I can write anything. So yeah, now I have to solve this problem of not clicking, like not selecting both, selecting only one. So I will put the same name, which would be our animal. So this one is animal, and also this one is animal. Okay, now my page is refreshed. Okay, yeah, you can see you can select only one. And one more thing we have to do, we have to do some little bit of formatting. Yeah, now it looks good. So after this one I will ask my users to give me some little bit of review if they want. So before doing that I will add two brs here to look, so that my page look little bit cleaner. Then I will add a label element. Okay, sorry for the break, guys. I have a pretty annoying roommates. So yeah. So okay, back to the thing. I have created this label element. Now I will ask for review. How was my website? And okay, let's see. Yeah. So how was my website? So I don't have a place for user to write the review. I will give it an input. No, 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 no. This thing is not input. Here we will use a different tag. We will call it as text area. So this will give me a whole box where I can write. And inside this box, we can write, for example, I love crocodile. So yeah, you can see here. So okay, let's move this one to the next line. So it look little bit cleaner. Yeah, now you can see I love crocodile. So whatever you write here will be printed here as default. So we can remove it and write whatever we want. Or another thing we can do is that we have created our contact me, then we have our which animal you like, crocodile or guinea pig, and review also. So yeah, let's oh, okay, yeah. So we have created our contact me. So yeah, guys, this was it. We have our legend tag, we have our label, we have our input. So label, so legend tag basically give description on the field set element, all the context it is containing, and the label element give the description on the input that you are using, and the form element which contain all these things. So you are basically asking why can't we use div instead of filter. You can do it, but this is the proper method of doing it. And also when you are using the field set, you are getting this border kind of thing, which is making your website more cleaner and cooler. You when you use div here, you won't get that thing. As you can see, I have used div here. Yeah, you don't get anything, so it's not cool. Yeah, so let's keep this to back to yeah. Okay, now we have created our page. We have contact me section, and we have our header part. So yeah, from next part, this is all for the HTML tags. We are done with all the HTML tags, and any more HTML tag will be thinking, yeah, Bhuvnesh, you left this one or that one. Yeah, I know. So you can go to like all HTML tags, and here you can go to this website and see which what all tags you have, and which tag does what, and these red tags shows if they are supported in the current HTML version or not, or like they are out of dated. So you can see this red one, yes, and these are normal one which are in use, and these are different kinds of tags here. So everything you can see here. I have only shown you the important and basic tags which are used and which we will use in creating our this web page. Okay, so let's wrap up this section, and from next session we will see how to apply the CSS to our current HTML page and make it more aesthetic. Okay, guys.
Okay guys, after a brief and detailed introduction about the HTML tags and how we use it to structure our website, now we'll apply some CSS properties and see some rules in the further section. So let's go, guys.
Oh, oops. Okay, guys. That was nothing. I was out of my caffeine, so I was having some metal music. Okay, let's start with the today's session. So this session is CSS, Cascading Style Sheet. So in this session, like let's have some flashback. Like I have told you earlier, there are three kinds of CSS. that you can apply to a HTML. First one is inline, second one is internal, third one is external. So the most used is the external one, as it is convenient to use and you can modify it and update it easily using the external one than the internal or inline. So you can see this one is an example of internal where we use the attribute style and then use different properties for body, then background color. We use like this. It is used inside the header. So I'm not showing this inside my compiler because we don't need it. And I will show you that external one as I'm gonna use it. And second one is internal one. So here inside the header tag, we create a style, and inside that style we put all our styling. And the third one is external where you create a .css file and then you give your any element particular property. So let's go and see. Okay, yeah, so this is my website. So these boxes, random boxes, okay, this is our complete website. As you can see, we have a contact me, we have some content, and we have a heading and a header part. So but it don't look much professional. Like you can see this font, this heading, this color, and like this should be in middle, and why this is purple, it is not looking good. So for to look it good, we can apply CSS. So how to apply CSS? So here I have created a index.css file in, and I have linked this CSS file through this link, as you can see here. Yeah, this link. So what is this link? So let me again link and show you too. So basically it has two parts. One is rel, which tell which kind of style sheet it is. Like this is a style sheet. And second is herf. Like it's here you have to put the path. So as you can see, my .css file, index.css file and temp.html file are inside the same folder. So they are on the same hierarchy. So I don't have to put the path. I just have to put the name of the index.css file. So let's put it. Yeah, so I have put it the index.css file here. So my CSS file and HTML file are linked. So now I can put any property here, like say let's go for a header part. So my header, so here I have to write the name of the element first, then I have to do give two curly braces, and I can write any property, and which quantity I want to give to that property I have to mention. So let's go for background color. So first you will be overwhelmed by so many options. So don't worry, slowly when you will start initially, you will slowly learn. Like you start using some options, then you start using others. So slowly by building projects and doing, you will learn. So you don't have to be overwhelmed. So I set my background color of the header file to black. Okay, it still doesn't look good, and this is my title of my page is hidden now. Okay, so we have to do something. So here is my header. Okay, I have given this background property to this head. And one more thing, important part I have to explain to you guys, that as you can see, when I applied the header background color black, it doesn't apply to my whole page. It just apply to this limited box. You would ask why and how this dimension are mentioned. So I told you earlier that there are some predefined properties that element has. So here this is my div element. Okay, wait a minute, I was this is my div element, and here is as you can see, all my code is here, and this is Google developer tool. Here you can test out different properties on the go. So like, yeah, so this was my header part. So this header part, this whole box, here you can see it has this dimension which tell the length and breadth, and it has a padding property. So what is padding? And there is a border property and there's a margin property. So let's see. Instead of telling you, I will show you guys. So okay, why it is okay? Where is my black color? Yeah, fine. I again got my black color, and let's change this black color to red so we can see properly what I am actually doing. Yeah. So yeah, I got this red color. Then I will give it a border style. And border style, as the name suggests, it gives the border a particular style. So border style, instead of none, I will got solid. Right, solid. Yeah. So you can see there is a border, thin border. So now when I go to inspect and see what is there, then I will see. Okay, not this one. We are going for the header. Now you can see we have a border of 2 pixel. When I given the property border solid, then by default if it gave it the border thickness of 2 pixel, but still a padding and margin and 0 and 0. So let's see what is padding and margin. So the white area outside you are seeing is my margin. This this white area around it you are seeing is my margin, and the inner. Okay, let me apply some margin and padding, then you will guys know. So let's add padding first. Padding of, let's say, 10 pixel. Whoa, you see that there is a gap. If you didn't see that, let's go to inspect. Here, go to header. Yeah, now I added 10 pixel padding to all, top, left, right and bottom. So when you go to padding, you can see this orange kind of border appearing on my screen here. That is the padding part. So what is padding? It is the amount of area from the border inside the box. And similarly, what is margin? I can just apply the margin here itself. I forget, 10 pixel, and you will see it is applied. And okay, your 10 pixel is not. Let's apply 100 pixel. So you see this is shifted like 100 pixel down. See this orange, but still right, left and border are still 0. So let's apply here 50. So yeah, you see it shifted 50 pixel. So this is how the margin padding is worked. So let's do some more crazy stuff. Add 50 pixel of padding and press enter. You see it shifted. So this is how the padding, margin and border properties are used. It is used to shift the text here and there and move around the box. And sometimes you play with the border styles and all. These are very basic things I told you. You can use these basic things to create very advanced and good looking content. So okay, for now, now we don't need this margin, padding, anything. So what I did, I mentioned all these things in my Google developer tool. This 100 pixel margin, 50 pixel margin. So when I close this and I reload my page, it is went to the default. So that is the advantage. You can play around with the properties, and if you don't like it, just reload the page. They all are gone. So let's move back and design our website. The red doesn't look good. I like black. Yeah, it is good. So you can see here, this is our header part. It contains these 3 divs, and these 3 divs are here. So now why this is purple, man? I don't like this purple. So let's resolve this purple thing first. So as you can see, the anchor tag contain these elements. Sorry, the anchor tag contain this guinea pig and crocodile. So what I have to do, mention the element name first, a, and then 2 curly braces, and then I have to write color. So simply in color I will put white. Okay, I needed white, not this one. Yeah, white. You see it converted to white. Now it looks pretty much good and appealing. And what about my title? It is still hidden, man. Okay, let's solve that one also. So I can do that thing directly through the header. I will apply the color and here I will apply white. So what it will be doing, all the text, what is the color property does that it give all the text the color you are applying. Like it applies to the text part only, not the background. For background there is a background color property. So I think you are understanding and following through. So now, yeah, our header looks pretty good than before. So now I don't want this thing to be in right, I want this in the middle. So let's do one thing, let's apply text align. So I don't have to explain these things to you. As you can see, the name justifies itself. So in text align I have different properties, like you can see center, then there is left, there is right. So different properties are there, you can play through and go through. Yeah, it is center, now it's good. Okay, the image are still a chaos. So when I am on the full page, this looks good. But when I am coming to this half page, it is a chaos, man. I don't see my crocky's head. And my guinea pig is half only. Not so cool. So what we will do, we will mention the element name where this is image contain. That is image. Tag, curly braces, and I will give it the width of 100%. Okay, not like this. Width 100%. Boom. Can you see that? Now they fit in the screen. So you will ask, what is this 100% thing? Now, before you are giving pixels, now you're giving 100%. So this percentage is relative to the this border of width of my screen. So when I say 100%, then it is relative to this screen width. It should fit the whole 100%. Then you might be asking, bro, Bhuvnesh, why there is a wide gap here? As we can go to inspect and I can go to my image part, or I can just go to this header part and see there is no margin, only border part is there and padding. There is no margin, still there is a white border. Why? So that can be justified by a reason that we also have a body, and you can see this body have a margin of 8 pixel. Now you know. So we can reset this margin by, okay, let's do this to 0 and press enter. You see, now it is going down. Now still it is not stick to the up, like there is still some gap is there. That is due to border margin. Okay, so I hope you guys are understanding and not confusing. So let's keep the thing simple and come back to my normal page. Yeah, okay. So yeah, cool. So after doing this my header part, now I think that the content is very mixing. I should apply some border to distinguish my guinea pig and crocodile, as they are, I think this all same content only. So to apply some particular property to a particular part or container, we have to mention some classes. Like you can see, both this guinea pig are inside a div container. See this? This is also in div, this is also in div. So to, if I want some separate property for guinea pig and separate for crocodile, I have to give them classes. So I can select these classes and element separately. That is called class selector. And another property attribute we have used here is ID. We can use this ID to select this particular input. That is called ID selector. So yeah, basically you can have multiple classes of same type, but you can't have multiple ID of same type. So yeah, that's all we have to know about the classes and IDs. So now I will just give Guni, and to my crocodile I will give a class of croc. Yeah, pretty much it. Then I can go here, I can write my dot croc and dot Guni and curly braces. You can see I am using two class selectors here. You can do that thing. Okay. Okay, to keep the thing simple, I'm using them separately so it don't confuse you guys. So now I want a border outside my crop, so I will write border style, border style to solid. Yeah, I got this border, and yeah, this is good. And you can also control the border width with this property. Yeah, any property you name it, it is there. 5 pixel. Okay, this is very thick, I don't need this property. And also, if you don't like the sharp edges, you can use a property called border radius and put it to something like 2%. Yeah, and if you are too much crazy and you want a circle, then you have to go all the way up to 50%. You can see my border is kind of circle. Okay, so we don't need that thing, we will stick to 2. Okay, we have to apply the same properties to my second class selector, which is Guni. Okay, I don't need it, I will just copy this part. Okay, great, I have two. Oh no, these things are sticking between, like, that's so uncool. Okay, let's give them a bottom margin so they don't be sticky. So here I will give the bottom margin. Sorry, it's margin bottom. My bad. So I will give 5 pixel. Yeah, it's now cleaner. Now you can see our content is in a proper order. It is looking appealing. Okay, we have done this thing. Now I want to apply some colors. If you want to apply some colors, we can do that thing also. So we will go to background color and apply this. Okay, we have to apply this, not, yeah. Now my croc has a container color which is antique white. Yeah, very classic name. Then we have to give my Goonie also a color, otherwise she will be very sad. So let's give her a color, background color. Okay. Okay, inside color also there are several properties you will come across. Like there are some, this hashtag, hexacode, these are type name. Then you will have some like color. Uh, then you have RGB. Yeah, this RGB kind of thing. So this is red, green, and blue. This is the amount of blue used. This is red used. This is amount of green used. This is amount of blue used. The maximum you can use is 225 if I'm not wrong, and this as well. Okay, this is 255. So don't be mad at me, guys. I am not a color guy. I just use them. So you can see 255 is the maximum you can use. So it creating me a white. And if I put all this 0, you can see it is red. And if I do the same thing here, Control X, Control B, and here 0. So it will create me green. Similarly for blue. So this is RGB you can do, and this is for hexacode. There's several hexacodes are there. Then there is RGB and this hexacode and this name. And later part you will come across some properties like opacity, opacity and all. Those are some intermediate level of CSS. We will also look after that in our upcoming session we are planning. So that will be an intermediate CS class where we will planning to make a whole portfolio page, your own website using intermediate CSS. So guys, show some love and support our group so we can do that thing. Okay, so my Goonie got the color, my Croc also got the color, I got my content, I got my header part. So yeah guys, now you can see my page is also responsive. So you ask what is responsive? So this is when I see it on my computer and then I go to inspect and convert it to my phone. can see in the phone. Okay, let's in my phone it is also readable. It's not like a chaos or mess. Like, see this thing, all things are there in the place. Cool. So the important part while developing a website is that your website should be responsive. So most of the time what the pro developer do, they first design the website for the phones, then for the web pages, like PCs, bigger screens. So here we don't have to add media query like this, media query, but because my website is responsive by default. Not like by default, like I don't have much content, that's why it is responsive by default. But when I use too much of properties and like too much of content, then it won't be responsive. Like I can show you some examples. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't have those examples now with me. I have to browse through my folders. I don't want to show you my folders. So yeah, so don't worry. Uh, we solved the problem of media query and responsiveness. We have our content, we have a header file, we have linked it to the website, and yeah, everything is cool. And this is the what is the basically CSS is. You have this your element, you can apply some properties to it, and you can have a class selector by mentioning the class inside that element, as you can see here. Then you have an ID selector. Okay, how to use an ID selector, I will tell you now. So we have an ID selector here that is called that is with a name. Cool. So that ID selector are used with the hash. I can put name, and inside name I can, let's just give it a background color of red. Yeah, you can see it is red now. So this is how ID selector are used. So one more tips from my side, that you should avoid using ID selectors and use class selector, because ID selector are unique to a element. So you can't group up some elements and give them property. If you are using ID, you have to write the separate code. But in few spaces, ID selector will give you a huge advantage. So yeah guys, like this you can also make your own website. Like my favorite animal I have made here. So the final thing which is remaining is giving my website the name. That is, let us give the my initials, so which will be shown here. So yeah guys, and one more thing, you would be wondering, this font, I don't like this font. So there is good very good websites. I will browse you through Google Fonts. So you can go to Google Fonts, and there you can find different icons also, and as well as the fonts. See different types of fonts. So any font you like, you can use it. So I was using this railway font. So to link that font, you have some link. You have to mention this link in your HTML page, like I have done here. You can see I have copied this link and simply pasted it here. Then sorry guys, then you can paste this thing, use it directly in your fonts. So I will simply go here and do my heading part, and okay, just copy this thing and paste it. So I don't want all three font families, I just in this railway family. Sorry if I am pronouncing it wrong, not so great English. Okay, so just reload this thing. Why it is not applying? uh, Okay guys, I have some internet issue, that's why I am not able to load this. Okay, now it is fine. Let's go. So I have applied my font family to my this heading part. Now I have to apply this to this anchor tags. Before doing that, you can see that paragraphs and headings are not so appetizing. So let's also change these things. First I will change the paragraph, and there is a default font family that I'm gonna use. Okay, control V. Yeah, And for the header h1 tags, I'm going to use the same one as used before. So here you can see I'm selecting the elements directly. I'm not using any classes, but using the classes is a good practice. As you will start doing some projects and making your own website, you will stumble upon this problem yourself. So okay, and anchor tag also. Yeah. So now you can see my page looks pretty good. Although my typography is bad, very bad. uh, I have no capital letter initials and everything is bad, but I hope you can understand that thing. I will correct this thing in my upcoming sessions. So yeah, this is all what you have for the css part. And further session we will discuss some rules, and as I mentioned earlier, the cascading and the hierarchy, all those things, and some extensions you need to need for web development.
Okay, guys, after these sessions, I think you are chat in making a website and know how to apply your CSS to HTML, how to make a structure with HTML. Now, before going to make your own website, you should know this rule and developer tools. It will make your work more easier.
Okay, guys, let's start this session. Okay, in this session, we are gonna use different developer tool we can use for our web development. So the first one is Pesticide Chrome. So what it basically does, it show you the containers outlines. Like this is my whole header element box, and these are all different divs. And inside div, this is my anchor element. So you can see some of my elements are taking the full width, and others are taking like box. Like this guinea pig is taking only this much page, but this header part is taking the whole page. So there are different types of properties and elements. Like this is a inline element, and this is a block element. So this is like a display property, like block and inline, all those things. So it is their default property, they come by this. So like it will not allow any other content to be shown on the same line on it, as you can see. But in this one, you if there is another element here, if something else is written, it will automatically move up here because this much space is empty. But the same cannot happen with the header, because it is taking the whole space by itself. It is quite greedy. But for guinea pig we can do that. We can have two elements. It is not going up because these both are in two div containers, and div container itself are inline blocks. So these are all about the blocks, and if you want to know more about, you can always go to go here, display property. And guys, don't scare to Google, because Google is your savior. So you can go to web3 school, and here you can learn about different properties. Okay, yeah. So there is inline, there is block, there is inline block. There are different properties you are used. Initially these two are some default properties elements have having, and this inline block element we use it with box, which we will see in our further upcoming sessions. Like those are intermediate level CSS. Okay, after this one, the second tool is HTML tree generator. So it basically divides your whole code, how these are distributed. Like you can see, there is a concept of parent class and a child class. So for here, HTML is a parent class and its child are head and body. And similarly, this head is a parent class and these have these child classes. I hope you guys can understand. And this body has this child and like this. So you can create the HTML for meta. HTML is a grandparent class. For head, meta is a parent class. For meta, head is a parent class. So don't be confused. It's like a family tree you have seen. This is an HTML tree. So this is a very important thing when you apply some properties. So I have applied the properties to head here. As you can see, I have applied. Let me switch off my pesticide. Okay, yeah. So HTML, this open the HTML3. Yeah. So you can see I have applied all these properties to my header, but they are applied to this to the title also. Like you can see, my title also was black initially. which I changed by using the color property white. But I'm not applying this to my like this particular div element. Like I'm not applying it here, like inside this div. I'm applying it here. But as a parent class, any property applied to the parent class will be inherited by the child class. That's what it is shown here. Like how they are related. So sometime what happen is that you want to have some outcome, but you are not having that. It is due to because of the wrong layout you are using. Like you are not having a proper orientation, like you don't have this div element. So when you apply some property here, directly it will apply it here. So it create little bit of chaos and mess. So to avoid that, the proper layout is very important. And you can check your layout and HTML tree through this extension. This is a very useful extension, and you should be very familiar with this kind of layout, as it will make you a better developer. Okay guys, these are the two important tool you need to use. And also, while explaining these tools, I have explained you about the inheritance and how these properties are from like inherited by the child classes from the parent classes. And cascading style, yeah, about the cascading style, I have told you earlier also, now also, that three kinds of cascading style. So now my this, okay, let's do experiment with my guinea pig. Sorry bro, no hard feelings. So here I will apply some styling to my directly inside h1. I will write style and give it a color, give it a color that will be red, I think. Okay, this is red. So okay, my guinea pig is red. So what will happen, what happened to that black color we had earlier? So that was overlaid by this property, because I showed you a hierarchy. Okay, the inline styling properties are given priority over the internal, and internal given priority over external. So this is how the styling works. So if you have some particular property given as an attribute here, then it will be shown above. We can also check this through the inspect. It is a godlike tool from for the developer. Okay, yeah, this is my guinea pig, and you can see there is a red color. So if I do this thing, then you can see it's again black. So where was my styling? Okay, I have to open it again, inspect. Yeah guys, sorry for the break. I was reviewing my notes, I was so messed up. So okay, so this property of red was inherited by the h1 element. Now we will apply through internal and external, see and how the things work. So first I will go to the styling part. Where is my head? Yeah, okay, too much chaos. I will apply my styling here itself. Okay, styling, then I will take h1 and give it a color of, let's see, green. Yeah, so you can see my green is not applied here. What if I remove this? It is green. Okay, I have, this is the internal, this was the inline, and let's see the external one. Okay, we have our h1, we just have to apply the color. Let's color apply to, we have taken red, green, and let's apply the blue one. Okay, whoa, blue is applied here. It is overlaid by the internal. So let's see what is happening behind the scene. Inside this div class Goonie, we have our, yeah, not this one, this one, yeah. So as you can see, I have my internal property green, which was crossed. As you can see, this is like cutted out, and this external property is applied over it. So you can see this hierarchy. Okay, like external property have some hierarchy over priority over it. So if I cut this one out and take this one, So you can see my GUI is again green, and if I put tick here and remove this, then it's blue. As simple as that, guys. So basically we use only the external CSS, so I don't have to go in much detail and explain you everything, because this will be helpful in further part also if you use the external ones. And as I said, if you apply the internal CSS, so sorry, inline CSS, like I have applied here, style, then it will be difficult for you if you further want to modify it in future, because you have to go inside all the elements and then change them. It is better to have use the external one. That's why I'm not going very brief in detail, but just to make sure that you remember these things, that properties are overlapped over each other, like applied over each other. Like let's show you one last thing. Let's start.
Okay, guys, it was a very long session. I know, like it was like nearly 1 hour. So, guys, I have our team is working on this very hard, and I am making this video at 3 a.m. in the morning. So, like we have worked very hard for this. So, guys, please show some love and come attend this section in as much number as you can, and please share the review on my Twitter account, please, guys, and show us some support so we are planning to bring some further sessions like intermediate CSS class where we will make a portfolio page out of intermediate CSS and use all intermediate CSS properties there. So we want to share this content, as much content, quality content as we can. So please, from your side, please show some love. Thank you, guys.